Alright, we're doing more quick drawing today with some of the secrets and treasures of character design. And again, just doing kind of automatic sort of designing with a bunch of loose references in front and then a number of character bases sketched out. The poses are adapted from Near Reincarnation, which is some of my favorite design, but then we'll try and dance on these poses and give them unique character and presence, and just play with shapes and designs and see what pops. This is one of my favorite techniques of character design. You can use your gestural skills and the things that you're learning about straps and different types of clothes, wraps, different types of tech. You can do like from sci-fi to fantasy, and playing with just like interesting and cool combinations of shapes. And adding positively and negatively. Yeah. This is something that is cool. And the more that you do it, the more kind of natural it becomes. And the more time that you spend blocking in art's progress and doing practice, you'll find like every time you come back to this, if you do this exercise consistently, you'll be able to do more things with it. Like if you just practice a bunch of sci-fi stuff and then, you're getting into like drawing different types of armor, mix of armor and tech and cloth for cool like Star Wars, Destiny. There's lots of examples of like sci-fi designs that have a little bit of timeless quality to them as well. Yeah. And then anything that is interesting as you go along, you can bring to life further. So this is a way to discover designs. But then if you have an idea for a certain type of character, something that you're using as inspiration, you can obviously like design with intents and purposes. If you're doing a bunch of townspeople, if you're doing bandits, if you're doing a sect of religious people, you're doing variations on the same design, or you're discovering kind of characters to populate your world. Yeah, is there a little bit sci-fi turn? Always try to do like some things that are just like wild style. Look at some like Kachinka dancers, Native American culture, or all sorts of things. Cool. I like that already. So, one horn and a broken horn on the other side. And there's just infinite things that you can do with character design and in this space. And much like music or hip hop, despite the amazing amount of character designs that's already been made, there's no one speaking in your voice. There's ways that you can mix it further. There's all kinds of designs, even in classic fields like fantasy and sci-fi, that have never even been touched, and then ways to remix those. It is a vast and thriving ecosystem of creative energy. And when you get your creative energy into that, that's awesome. That's a blessing. Uh, Yo. Cool. It's an interesting. It's like grouping of patterning there. I like that, like bottom of the shirt into shorts into boots. The more time you spend doing character design stuff, the more you'll notice just like, that's an interesting grouping of patterning or shapes. And like watch Night Zhang's character design video on Proco. For sure, you gotta watch Night Zhang's character design Proco video. That is the thriving fundamentals. But sometimes it's nice to start in a place with like less homework and get excited and inspired from here and add homework to it. You know, there's all kinds of things that you can add to it from there. To make all of the buckles and straps make sense, you know? And to work back and forth from this state, where this is like abstract, you know, it's gestural. But you can go in and detail study, but then come back to abstract and kind of like let those details go. And before long, your designs will truly flourish. Yeah. Let's see, we'll just try to like speed run. That's cool. Yeah, play with shapes. Play with shapes and patterns here. Look at whatever your favorite games are, from Destiny to Monster Hunter to, you know, early JRPGs, the films, and add stuff together. Take inspiration from everywhere. Very cool. Love a good scarf character. Kind of reminiscent of Cloud Strife a little bit, you know? But maybe it's like tribal, you know? Maybe it's entirely different materials, and these are like hunted skins, or even a little bit sci-fi. We could keep the tribal and sci-fi thing going. You could take it in any number of directions to make it new and make it your own. Uh, Very cool. Yeah, that's the jam. All of these have, yeah, different personality, right? You never know which ones you'll start to gain an affinity for, and in what ways they will come to life for you. And then if you're thinking of scenes and character dynamics, like just to have this kind of idea board, this sketch pad, or if you're thinking of like, okay, there's an event in the story here, what kind of characters you're going to throw in, and this kind of stuff with also like creature design and locations, like start building worlds, you know, and give yourself the tools to dream. It's summertime. This feels so hot. Definitely. Dreadlocks. It's hard to represent dreadlocks. And beard. Yeah. Or something like you could do the Yakuza style tattoos all over the shoulders, but no one's going to know what that is unless you draw them in really, really good. But you can see what the detail versus empty space is, and capturing a good mix of that is a good place to start always. All right. And we're gonna leave it at that. Sending you peace and joy, love and light.